Gratitude, amazing souls. How are you feeling? So today, I wanted to talk about a memory. So I recall my dad telling me I should never tell anyone my next move, right? So back when I was 19, yeah, I was about 19. One day my dad came to me and was like, Victoria, I'm moving. Like, well, you're buying this house. Where are you going at? And he packed up, left us in Baltimore, and moved to North Carolina. And I was kind of upset about it because I was like, well, Dad, how are you leaving us? He was like, oh, y'all grown. His youngest child was an adult, right? So I might have been 20. Yeah, something like that. 19, 20, somewhere around there. Anyway, so I was kind of distraught and I felt some kind of way that my dad left me. And look at me. I turned around and did this to my sons. I brought my girls with me because they're younger. However, I up and left my sons. But I didn't leave them. I don't want to think like that. But they're an adult. They're adults. Um, Anyway, while I was here, I had a grandbaby, and I'm like, oh, I didn't get to meet my grandbaby yet. But anyway, so I'm watching this movie called Nonas, and in this movie, the guy, his mom, transitioned, and she had a policy of $200,000, and his best friend and his wife, the best friend and wife came to this gentleman and was like, we're concerned about you. We need you to do something so you don't get depressed and blah, blah, blah. So one day he went out after work and he found this restaurant that he wanted to buy. And he invited his friend and the wife to the restaurant. And they were like, why would you do that? Why would you buy a restaurant? And his take was he wanted to be closer to his nona and his mom, and which his mom and nona, with grandma is a nona, were very great cooks. They had a passion for cooking, so he felt like he wanted to be closer to them, so he decided to buy a restaurant and cook, or serve the people rather, because the nonas. I didn't get throughout the whole movie yet, but it's a good movie so far. Anyway, my point of this video is to tell you that not everyone will see your vision, right? We can't, and this is something that my dad taught me, and I didn't understand it in this fashion. But what you envision for yourself, not everyone may see it. 333, right? Um, I know when I left Baltimore, it was only, well, at first only one of my sisters knew, and she kind of convinced me to tell one of my other sisters, and I ended up telling another sibling, and I really didn't want to tell that second sibling. However, it did 404. It did work in my favor, right? And then I told someone else, which was my son, my second son, and um yeah. So it was about three people that knew before I told everyone. And I had individuals coming to me like, "Oh, you're just gonna up and leave us? We your family. We all you got. You all we got." And just saying all kind of things. And one of my siblings was like, "Yo," like he was doing things out of anger, and I didn't understand it, that is what it was, and it's just people will not see your vision. I came here I manifested this. I was manifesting this for a while. I just didn't know how I would do it, when I would do it, why I would do it, when was the right time to do it. And everything just out of the blue aligned. And the universe made a way for me with no way, right? It was just so magical. And I'm going to jump out on a limb and say my higher self was extra excited for me because I did keep it to myself. Like I'm one of them that I run to that. I am what you would call it, a I don't know. It's so crazy. I can't. I'm not even able to say that anymore. But yeah, everything just shifted for me, especially when I kept it quiet. The universe was like, well, we aligning this, we aligning that, we aligning this, we're going to take care of that. And everything just shifted into place the way as though I made it here and everything was cool. And along the way, before I left, I cut some individuals off because that was the way, the path. And yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing even better now that I am not connected to certain individuals that cannot see my vision. Those that will, those who showed me the side of them that I needed to see. Also those who showed me a side that wasn't connected to my shift. And spirit just had me just cutting cords and disconnecting simply because not everybody is on that frequency that I am on nowadays. And I'm not saying that anyone is wrong. I'm just saying not everyone will see my vision, and not everyone has seen my vision. And there are those who act like, oh, well, I understand, and just being them. I'm not going to see and talk about it, but I see through a lot, and I'm grateful that I have had this pause, that I've been able to see through 727. I've been able to see through all that has been shifting. I'm not saying that I'm not all seeing God. However, I'm grateful for what I have seen. So, those of you who are shifting, move in silence. The only being that needs to know what's going on is the higher self. So, with that being said, if you haven't heard it today, I love you. I love me. I love us. I love we. Peace. Have an amazing rest of your day.